There is a story older than time itself, a tale whispered in the sacred halls of mystery schools, etched into the myths of ancient civilizations, and woven into the very fabric of human consciousness. It is the story of the hero and archetype that transcends culture and religion, appearing in legends from the ancient temples of Egypt to the mystical traditions of the East, from the secret initiations of the Greeks to the spiritual revelations of today. But what if I told you this story was not just a myth, not just an old tale passed down through generations? What if I told you that this journey is encoded into the very essence of your being, that you, too, are the hero? Every great sage, every enlightened master, every seeker of wisdom has walked this path before. They have faced the trials, descended into the darkness, and emerged transformed. And now, in this very moment, you are being called to remember to recognize that the hero's journey is not just a tale, but a map, a divine blueprint of spiritual awakening. Today, we unravel the mysteries of the hero's tale as taught by esoteric traditions, secret societies, and spiritual wisdom keepers throughout history. By the end of this journey, you may just find that the story you thought belonged to the past has been calling to you all along. Throughout history, across all cultures and civilizations, the story of the hero's journey has echoed through the ages, an eternal tale of transformation, struggle, and ultimate enlightenment. This is no mere fable, nor is it confined to the mythologies of old. It is the path every seeker walks, a sacred blueprint encoded in the very fabric of esoteric and mystery school teachings. The hero's tale begins with a call, a whisper from the unknown, an intuitive pull toward something greater. In the myths of Egypt, we see this with Thoth, the divine scribe who brings wisdom to humanity and guides the soul beyond death. In the story of Moses, the call comes as a burning bush, an undeniable sign that the mundane life of a shepherd must end for a greater mission. In the life of Siddhartha Gautama, who later became the Buddha, the call arrives in the form of suffering, witnessing old age, sickness, and death, shaking his soul awake. The initiate, whether a mythological figure or a real seeker like Pythagoras, who traveled to Egypt to study under the mystery schools, feels the irresistible tug toward deeper knowledge. But the path is never easy. Every hero must face trials that test their resolve, much like the Greek hero Perseus, who had to acquire divine tools before slaying Medusa, or Hercules, who endured 12 impossible labors before ascending to godhood. In the Egyptian mysteries, this was symbolized by the weighing of the heart against the feather of Maat, a test to see if one's soul is light enough to pass into divine wisdom. In the hermetic tradition, it is the alchemical purification of the self, dissolving the lead of ignorance to reveal the gold of true understanding. This is the descent, the dark night of the soul. Every hero must face it. Every seeker must experience the death of their former self. We see this in the legend of Osiris, who was betrayed, torn apart, and cast into the Nile, only to be resurrected through the divine wisdom of Isis. In Christian mysticism, this is Christ's agony in Gethsemane, the moment before the crucifixion, where surrender becomes the only path forward. In real history, we see this pattern reflected in the trials of alchemists, mystics, and visionaries, figures like Giordano Bruno, who dared to proclaim the universe infinite and was burned at the stake for his knowledge, or Nikola Tesla, who envisioned free energy but was cast into obscurity by the powers that sought control. And yet, the hero rises, not as the same person who embarked on the journey, but as something transformed. In the story of the Phoenix, it is the moment of rebirth from the ashes. In the Eleusinian mysteries of ancient Greece, initiates reenacted the myth of Persephone, who descended into the underworld and emerged as a queen of both realms. In Kabbalah, this is the ascent of the tree of life, the merging of the individual soul with the divine source. In Kundalini teachings, It is the uncoiling of divine consciousness from the base of the spine to the crown, opening the 1,000-petaled lotus. This is the state of the realized being, the enlightened one, the bodhisattva who returns not to bask in divine ecstasy alone, but to guide others. This is the role of Thoth, who after mastering the mysteries, inscribes them in the emerald tablets, so that future seekers may find the path. It is the mission of Hermes Trismegistus, who whispers, "As above, so below." It is the wisdom of Laozi, the sage who left behind the Tao Te Ching before vanishing into the mountains. And it is the sacrifice of Prometheus, who stole the fire of the gods not for himself, but to bring light to humanity. The final step of the hero's journey is not just transcendence, but service. The seeker who has seen beyond the veil must return to the world, bearing the wisdom of the ages, to illuminate the path for others. Christ does not remain in the tomb. He walks among the people before ascending. The Buddha does not linger in nirvana. He turns back to teach the Dharma. Even in modern times, we see this cycle play out in great thinkers and mystics Carl Jung, who ventured into the unconscious mind and returned with a map of the archetypes, or Manly P. Hall, who spent his life uncovering and sharing the wisdom of secret societies. This is the secret hidden in every myth, every scripture, every allegory of gods and warriors, mystics and sages. The hero's tale is not a story of the past. It is the story of every soul seeking truth. And for those who heed the call, who dare to step beyond the known and into the great mystery, the journey never truly ends. It only begins again in ever greater spirals of enlightenment. So, I ask you, where are you in your own hero's journey? Have you heard the call? Have you stepped onto the path? Or are you facing your own dark night, uncertain if you will rise again? Wherever you are, know this: the journey is yours alone, but you're never truly alone. The great sages, the ancient masters, the seekers who came before, they all walk beside you, whispering that you too can awaken. And when you do, the world will never look the same again. The hero's journey is a spiral, not a straight path. It is a dance between the known and the unknown, between death and rebirth, between the self and the divine. It is a story of alchemy, the transmutation of the soul from lead to gold, from illusion to truth, from separation to unity. And as you reflect on this ancient path, ask yourself, where do you stand? Are you at the beginning, feeling the first tremors of awakening? Are you in the depths of the trials, struggling against the forces that seek to keep you bound? Or have you glimpsed the light beyond the veil and now find yourself tasked with guiding others? Wherever you are, know that your journey is sacred. You are not alone. The myths, the scriptures, the esoteric teachings, they were left behind for you, breadcrumbs on the path of enlightenment. You need only have the courage to take the next step. If this message has resonated with you, make sure you leave a like. If you feel the pull of something greater stirring within, then join this journey of discovery. Subscribe to this channel for more esoteric wisdom, deep insights, and hidden truths waiting to be uncovered. Share this video with those who are also searching, those who need a reminder that they too are the hero of their own story. And most importantly, let's continue the conversation. Comment below and tell me, where are you in your hero's journey? Have you faced the trials? Have you glimpsed the light? Your story matters, and together, we walk the path toward awakening. Until next time, keep seeking, keep questioning, and above all, keep rising. Peace, love, and harmony to all of God's creatures.